On October 31st, 2001, 23-year-old Pennsylvania State University college student Cindy Song got ready to go to a Halloween party with her friends. After leaving the party the next day at around 2 in the morning, Cindy and her friends decided to go back to one of their apartments to play video games and hang out together. After about 2 hours of hanging out at her friend's apartment, she decided it was time to go home. Her friends decided they were going to drive to her apartment complex where they dropped her off, but her friends weren't sure if she made it in or not. That was the last time Cindy was ever seen. What happened in the early morning of November 1st, 2001? 3 days after Cindy's friends dropped her off, they decided to report her as missing after she had not answered their calls or messages for 3 days, and she had not showed up to school either, as she wasn't the type to miss school. After reporting her missing, they managed to get into her apartment where they found her phone and the lashes she had worn the night of the party, but her wallet and keys were missing. At first, the police thought that she had actually gone missing the next morning, but this was ruled out as they never found her bunny costume that she obviously would have taken off to go to bed. So it was rounded that she had gone missing the same night she was dropped off. The fact that she had left her phone suggests that she was planning on returning soon. The 24-hour store she usually went to was within walking distance. After talking to employees and other customers at the store, they all claimed they never saw Cindy that early morning, therefore making police believe that she was taken during the walk to the store, which was only 7 minutes. It took less than 7 minutes for Cindy to go missing. Keep in mind, it isn't 100% known that she was in fact going to the store. It was only believed she was, as it was 4 in the morning and she would sometimes go to the store in the middle of the night when she wanted something like a snack. Also, because if she was planning on going to see someone or going somewhere else, she most likely would have taken her phone and changed out of her costume. One possibility of what happened was that Cindy was taken from her apartment. If they did, Cindy most likely let them in since there was no sign of forced entry. The reason this theory isn't very looked at is because detectives don't believe that the person would have taken the time to take her wallet and keys and lock the door behind them. Also, because they believe if this truly happened, there would be some sort of sign of struggle in the apartment, but there was none. Another theory is that she was abducted on her way to the store and taken for sex trafficking. A few days after Cindy went missing, a woman reported seeing a woman matching Cindy's characteristics was seen yelling for help and being forced into a car. The man and the woman were never identified, therefore the police can never confirm if it was Cindy or not. Some people don't think it was Cindy and think the woman simply made it up for attention. The third theory is that Cindy was killed over drug issues. It was known that Cindy and her friends were experimenting with drugs, and it is believed that maybe that night Cindy went out to buy drugs. After an altercation, she was either killed or taken. The fourth and most believed theory is that she was murdered by a man named Michael Kurkowski. After a man named Ugo Zelensky was arrested for bank robbery and suspected serial killer, a co-defendant of Zelensky told police that Zelensky and his accomplice Kurkowski had admitted to abducting and murdering a young girl from State College. Zelensky admitted that he had kidnapped Cindy, but that he didn't kill her. He claims that Michael was the one to kill her and that he kept her bunny ears as a souvenir. So why was Michael never arrested? Well, in 2002, he went missing. He was later found buried in Zelensky's property along with several other bodies. The reasons behind him killing his accomplice is still unknown, but one of the bodies was never identified as it was too far gone. According to the co-defendant, it is Cindy's body, but it can never be confirmed. Zelensky was sentenced to life in prison due to all the bodies found in his property, but never quite for Cindy, as they didn't have evidence that he was ever connected to Cindy, but he is still considered a suspect. Therefore, Cindy's disappearance is still a mystery to this day.